Hello you lot, look what we got here. It's a lovely chainsaw. Now this is the Handy 38cc petrol chainsaw. The Handy. I don't really know who makes the Handy. THPC S16 it says there. Got a little, that sticker's a bit, oh, I thought that was a, that's just to undo that for the air filter. I thought that was a knob that you turned. It's not. Anyway, I've never seen the Handy before, so let's have a look. We've got an Oregon bar. The chain looks quite nice. It doesn't look too bad. Anyway, now the story. Let me tell you the story about this chainsaw. So I always like to tell a backstory for something. If I've got something, I like to tell the story of how I got it. Now that chainsaw was given to me for free. I was at work chatting to a bloke that I work with. Turns out he used to be a tree surgeon. So we got chatting about chopping down trees because, well, I like chopping down trees and I like chainsaws. Those of you that watch this channel quite often know that for many years got chainsaws off of various different auction places, rebuilt them, well, not rebuilt them, I shouldn't say rebuilt, took them apart, repaired them, that's the word, repaired, and sold them all on, and I kept a couple for myself, older ones and a couple of new ones. I was just chatting about chainsaws and different types of saws and trees and stuff like that, and he said, "You know what? I've got a saw in the shed at home." He said, "I had to go and help a friend or something out he had to do, and his actual chainsaw wouldn't start, so he went out and bought a new chainsaw, just a cheap one, just to do the job that he said he would do. He used it for that one job, that one favour that he did for his friend or something like that. And after that it wouldn't start. So he put it in his garage with the meaning of getting it to run again, but it's been sat there for years. And he said, "Did I want it?" I said, "How much?" He said, "Nothing. You can have it." So I said, "Yes, please." And that's where we are now. I literally just got home from work, I bring it home and I put it on the floor, and that's where we've you know, started off. So I know nothing about it. He told me it wouldn't start. I haven't even pulled the pull start to see if it would turn over. It's been sat in the shed for about 4 or 5 years. I'm sure that's what he said. Not really sure. We'll have a look on the date to see when it was made, and that'll give us a rough idea of how old it is, because he said he bought it brand new, did that job, and after that it wouldn't start, put it in the shed. So let's have a look at the sticker, see when it was made, see if we can get a year on it, and then we know roughly how long it's been sitting doing nothing for. I wonder if we might be able to get a year on this sticker here if we wipe off some of this dust. Made for Handy, barcode, oil, idle speed 3000. What? Engine displacement 37. No year. No year on there. Nothing under there either. Oh well, can't get a year. Look at the choke. Oh well, we'll have a proper look. We might be able to find a plate or something underneath there or something. It's a warning. Throttle works. Let's put you on a tripod and see what happens. Alright. Oh. I really hurt my foot the other day, and now it keeps like on the top of my foot. Every time if I bend down and I try to get up again, it clicks and it bloody hurts. It happened just then. I was like, oh, couldn't get up. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Well, very springy pull start. Very springy pull start. So she does turn over. The throttle Moves a whole lot when you do the throttle. Primer. Probably got no petrol in it. Let's see, what's this? That's the petrol, that's the chain oil. Has it got any oil in the chain oil? There's a lot, that's about half full. See if we've got any petrol in there. Right, absolutely no petrol. So, let me go and get a bit of petrol, we'll put that in, and then we'll see what happens. Got a little bit of petrol here. No idea what it is. For anybody who asks me what percentage it is, I haven't got a clue. I just use it. I dump the oil in, dump the petrol in there, and mix it round, and that's what I put in the chainsaws and the strimmers and leaf blowers and whatever else I'm doing. It's about half full, 3/4 full now. Let's see, we might get a fireage. Hopefully the right sort of fireage, not the wrong sort of fireage. So, I've run out of the, you know you get the kit like kitchen paper, I've run out of it, so I'm using toilet roll. I've been doing a lot of nitro engine stuff the last, well, few months really, and I've got a couple of them. I'm waiting for new bits and bobs, new pistons. That's a liner and a little pistonlet. Doing a lot of nitro engine stuff. I've got another one in bits here. I had to order, because those are old engines, I had to order the bits from Switzerland and Germany. Whether they're actually going to turn up, I have no idea, but we'll wait for them to arrive and we'll do some of that. Anyway, let's see if this is even going to fire up. It might even just work, or it might not. Oh bloody hell, we're leaking out petrol all over the place. Jesus, look at that. I think half of it's probably leaked out. Right, let me mop this up and then we'll try it. You do see a lot of, if you see me sort of limp and fall over and yelp, it's because my foot, that one there. You do see a lot of people when they get something, they start fanning around, they don't even try it. They just take the plug out, take the points off and do all this bollocks. They don't even try it. You got to try it, man. The bulb works. The choke comes out and goes back in again. The on switch is there. So let's see what happens. Is the brake on or off? Right, that's it. Got the brake on. Let's see what happens. I don't know. We got half choke on this. We have got half choke. There's half a choke. Well, this has got to be the shortest will it run of a chainsaw I've ever seen. It fired right up. He told me, I bet he just run it out of petrol or something. Unless he's given me the wrong saw by accident. I mean, he's a tree surgeon, so he's got loads of saws. Perhaps he's given me the wrong one. He said to me, it just wouldn't fire up. But he also told me it was made by Home Light. He said it was a Home Light saw. This ain't a Home Light, is it? It's the Handy. So, whether he's given me the wrong saw by mistake, I'll have to tell him tomorrow. I'll have to say, dude, you sure you gave me the right one? Because this bloody works. Even the air filter's not that dirty, look. Well, If that ain't a touch, I don't know what is. Happy days, man. That's the tick over screw in there, look. The tick over seems to be about right. Even the old petrol pipe and all of that, that's all alright. Nothing wrong there. Thought I'd better just take it off just to see. Probably could, I might spray a little bit of oil in there while I'm here. Just so the linkages and that are oiled up. There's not a lot else I can do, man. What should we use? Could use a bit of WD-40, but I use some of this rocket stuff that stays where it sprays. So I use a little bit of this. And it's not bad stuff, this, if you can get the bloody thing to work. That's it. And I know what some of you are like, don't oil bloody linkages because it attracts dust and all this bollocks. But I like to oil linkages and stuff. There's no harm in that whatsoever. As you won't realise it, but that's a lot freer now. It wasn't unfree to start with, but you know, it's a little bit less stiffer than it was. So happy days. There's a bit of rust around this spring and that. I'll spray some WD-40 on there and all of that. But man, even the chain is oiling. Even the chain oil pump's working. Look at that. The chain has got oil all around it, so the chain is chain oil is working. Oh man, I can't wait to go and give this a try out on some logs, man. This seems like a good old saw. Right, let's put a little bit on that spring because it's got some rust on it. I don't want any more rust. Let's try it again. Will it fire up again? Let's see. Well, I'm going to call that a win. Very short video, but she runs, man. The only thing left to do is to go and test her out on some logs and a few trees. Happy days. While we're here, shall we fire up an old one? Let's go and fire up an old one, shall we? This is my 1984 Dolma 100. Nice old saw. I've cut loads of trees with this, even trees that were too big for it really. It is slightly knackered, but it still is alright saw. I've just repaired it recently because the trigger, the throttle snapped, the linkage snapped, a bit of plastic snapped. So had to find a new one. Got a lot of spare parts at the same time. That's just got stuck down actually. What a bastard. Don't know what that's all about. I have to fix that in a minute. But let's fire her up. She hasn't been fired up for about, I don't know, 3 weeks I suppose. Last time I cut down a tree with it, about 3 weeks ago. So let's fire up, and I do like the older ones, you know. Every time I can get an old, I want older ones than this, you know, but they're getting few and far between these days. This saw a lot of the time takes a bit of persuasion. You have to pull and pull and pull for ages. But let's see if it's going to do anything. Oh, we had something. Actually, she's done a lot of work, this saw, a lot of work, and oh, the little filter's come off the end. What a bastard! I'll have to sort that out. There's a little filter on the end of that petrol tube, but it's come off. Anyway, yeah, she's done a lot of work. She is slightly knackered, but I just like this saw. I think it's because the little tube, the things come off the end of the petrol tube. But this is a lovely saw. It does leak quite a lot of oil, but it is. I just don't know, man. I like the older stuff, and there's some character about this particular saw. That's why I wanted to fix it so bad. I'll have to get this back up again. That's it. That shouldn't really go down. I mean, that should spring back up. But it's that's it. You shouldn't be able to press it. That's it. I need to plastic weld this back together so it stays like that, and you push that down, and that's supposed to pop back up, but it doesn't quite work anymore. But happy days, man. Well, there we go. Well, luckily, I suppose for me, this started up really quick, which is very unusual for a will it run video. Normally when I get these type of things, they don't want to fire up at all, but luckily this one did. So if you like that kind of thing, stick around, and there'll be plenty more to come. Chainsaws, leaf blowers, lawn mowers, anything like that. And I promise I'll get the camera in a better angle next time as well, so you can actually see what's going on. A little bit of a heads up, you lot. I don't want anybody to get scammed, right? I keep getting these phone calls, right, and I don't ever trust anybody, but some of you lot do. You get a phone call and they pretend to be from O2 or wherever, you know, because they get your data, they know who you are. I've just had one just now, which is the reason why I'm telling you lot. I always say that I'm not with that company. They said, hello, little Indian woman, you know. Hello, I'm from O2. I said, well, I'm not with O2, I'm with EE, or I'm with T-Mobile, whatever I fancy saying. And that one, they're getting wise to that now, because that one just said that O2 is joint venture with EE. I said, no, it ain't, because I work for EE. I know they're not the same. And she hung up. So that means that was definitely a scam. I don't want anybody to get scammed, so just be very vigilant. If you get a phone call pretending the person's pretending to be from your provider of telephone or internet or TV or whatever, just say no thank you and hang up. And then if you're concerned, phone up the real company, yeah, from the phone number that you know is legitimate, and just ask them, is there a problem or whatever the reason is, because a lot of the time it's all scams. Never ever trust anyone who phones you up telling you that they're from the one of the providers. Just don't do it, even if you think it's legitimate and they give you all the reason to think it's legitimate. Just say, no thank you, I'm going to phone up the company from a number that I know is real. And if they're the real people, they'll say, okay, no problem, and they'll be fine with it. If they're a scammer, they'll try to tell you not to. Anyway, see you later. Thanks for watching. All the best. Treat everybody equally and just be happy, and we'll all have a good life. And I'll catch you on the next one. And I think what I'll do is the next time you see this chainsaw, I think I'll take it and we'll go and cut some logs, cut some trees, and have a good old time, I reckon. Nice one. Ciao for now, you lot.